We all love to follow influencers to some level, whether we want to admit it or not. As we are very aware, social media can have its perks in allowing us to connect with people from all over the world. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the people we see in our feed are completely telling the truth. In fact, some of them are actually living a complete lie. And in this video, we're going to be looking at one of the most infamous cases of an influencer tricking hundreds of thousands of people into believing that she lived a life that all along never existed. This is the case of Lillee Jean, the world's biggest influencer that never was. Lillee Jean on the surface seemed like she was just like any other successful influencer. She had over 1 million followers, would post supposed brand deals, and she even had a verification badge. But all of these impressive traits were what actually ended up leading to people thinking that she may not have been who she said she was. If you don't already know, people on Reddit are basically like private investigators, constantly finding things online that they find to be suspicious and investigating the subjects until they find the hidden and deeper lying truth behind something's surface. And when these Reddit users came across Lillee's page, they noticed that although she had a follower count that would typically come with tons of likes and comments, Lillee's like to follow ratio was extremely weird, as the two just didn't seem to sync up with each other. For someone who has an Instagram account with 1 million followers, they should be typically getting 20 times more likes than Lillee was, as she was struggling to reach even up to 1,000 on any post. And Instagram wasn't the only social media platform where Lillee's activity seemed a little fishy, as she had over 10,000 followers on Twitter, but the only person liking any of her posts was her own mother. It was obvious at this point that Lillee Jean was buying pretty much all of her followers, and the only ones that were real would have been her family friends and the few people who actually came across her account and enjoyed her content enough to want to follow her. But just as people's interest in Lillee Jean started to fade, her likes randomly shot up, all the way to getting her to at least 30,000 per post, which was an insane amount higher than what she had reached previously. At first, people thought that she had somehow managed to afford buying her likes as well as her followers. However, her comments were constantly flooded with tons of accounts with verification badges. So from this, it looked like she could have been getting some genuine engagement on her profile. That was until people realized that unlike other verified influencers, these comments themselves were not actually getting any likes. So it was ruled yet again that everything about Lillee's account was completely fabricated. The only thing left that people couldn't understand about the bizarre account was how Lillee was even able to afford all of these followers and likes if she did actually purchase them online. When you look at sites online that sell Instagram likes and followers, you'll realize that Lillee would have to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars every single week to be able to keep up the engagement on her account. Then Reddit users started to look into the people who were actually commenting on Lillee Jean's posts, and the story unraveled itself even more as hundreds of accounts appeared that seemed to be fan pages for Lillee. Some of these accounts would tell stories as if they had met Lillee personally, although half of these posts were just selfies taken by Lillee herself, which made people now question if she was somehow the one running hundreds of these active accounts. Going deeper into the iceberg of Lillee's activity, her Instagram was full of her constantly getting brand deals and posting videos of herself trying new products that had been sponsored to her by some insanely huge and popular health and beauty heavyweights. This isn't exactly solid evidence though, as anyone with any amount of following can put #ad or #sponsored post on their Instagram and act out a sponsorship. But one key part of Lillee's plot was finally cracked, as she made one post that came back to bite her. And this would be the first piece of evidence to show that everything about Lillee Jean was a one-woman show. She made a post on Instagram explaining that she would be going to the Bite Beauty store in New York for her most exciting venture yet, an actual collaboration with the brand. She said that she would be going to the store and get her own signature lipstick that fans would be able to buy for themselves, which was fittingly named Lillee. The people of Reddit had finally struck gold, as many people who had been to this store joyfully pointed out that at Bite Beauty, anyone could go in and make their own blend of colors in order to create their own unique shade of lipstick, which they could literally name whatever they want. So basically, your grandma, who doesn't even know what Instagram is, and also Kylie Jenner, could walk into the Bite Beauty store and come out with their own signature lipstick. So now everyone had realized that Lillee Jean was not quite the mastermind that she led everyone to believe she was. However, she had some amateur skills everywhere, as people online found new pictures on her account where Lillee had actually taken all the time and effort to Photoshop herself into the Met Gala, walking the carpet alongside some of the biggest A-listers in Hollywood, with paparazzi cameras flashing behind her. More time went by, and Lillee's skills with Photoshop got better. Wait, actually no, they didn't. They stayed the same. But her plot thickened, and more secrets were being uncovered every single day. On another occasion, Lillee photoshopped herself onto the cover of a Teen Vogue magazine in 2019. But what she failed to realize yet again was that Teen Vogue had actually been discontinued 2 years prior to her alleged cover. Lillee Jean had achieved what she had always dreamed of, which was going viral and becoming a famous influencer. Except she did this for all the wrong reasons. News articles were written about her, and she was appearing all over the Instagram Explore page, but Lillee was not happy. In fact, she started to lash out at all of the media companies that were promoting her by claiming that she was doing nothing wrong or fake, and that she had become the victim of severe cyberbullying. When called out, she made random justifications for the things that she was being exposed for by saying that the infamous fake Met Gala pictures had been made by a fan, and she happened to love them so much that she decided to post them to her feed to show her appreciation to her talented followers. What was also super crazy was that Lillee Jean, out of the blue, came out as pansexual and said that everyone hating on her were simply just homophobic. Now Lillee Jean's plan was forming and collapsing all at the same time right in front of her. She genuinely was getting millions of people seeing her face and her Instagram account, but it wasn't for the reasons that she wanted, and instead, she was purely just being ridiculed by hundreds of thousands across the globe. So, desperate times called for desperate measures, and Lillee made the decision to copyright literally anything and everything that featured her name, face, or public information. Thousands of posts made about her were deleted overnight, and the thread once dedicated to her on Reddit became completely silenced. Several creators on YouTube spoke out about how videos that they had tried to make about Lillee had almost instantly been removed due to the copyright infringements. And Lillee showed her audience that she had reached her boiling point in a lengthy YouTube post commenting, "You have repeatedly done everything to bring me down, you and the rest of the cyberbullies in your group for the last 18 months, and I have quite frankly had enough. There is a difference between fair use and copyright. You people seem to think that you can take me down and write and say anything you want using my content and face. For once in your life, tell the truth. Nobody doxed you, but we were doxed. Our financial papers were put up, our home address was put up, so now I feel unsafe living where I live, especially since I get hate emails thanks to you. Nobody but you is responsible for this, but you." She continued the post that was directed at a YouTuber called Tatiana that had accused Lillee of doxing her by firing back with accusations of her own, further explaining, "Your girlfriend tried to make amends, and instead, this is your retaliation. So you cry the tears, but I have cried for the last 18 months and nobody cared. It is not because they liked you, Tatiana, it's because they wanted the drama." Since all of this happened, the drama surrounding Lillee Jean has faded a lot compared to what it once was. This is probably because for such a long time, Lillee made it nearly impossible for anyone to actually make any content about her. But it seems now that she has learned her lesson, and from now on, even though she might be extremely hardworking, she will never be able to live any of this down. And most importantly, ever be able to try and carry out a plan like this ever again.